Before you buy Goldbacks, watch this. All right, everybody, SSC here, Oklahoma, United States of America. What is it, everybody? It's Goldbacks. We've got Joe. Joe's going to tell us all about the history of Goldbacks, why we're going to use them, why we're going to start stacking them. You know I'm stacking them. You know I promote them, but we are going to the horse's mouth. Joe, the distributor of Goldbacks. Joe, let's get started on some history.
Well, yeah, so Goldbacks, if anybody doesn't know what they are, it's really a gold currency. And it's not legal for the U.S. as a whole, but it is legal in some states. And you know which states they're legal in because those are the states they come out with. The first Goldback was Utah in 2019. And then they had Nevada come out after that. Normally, it's right after the state passes some type of legislation allowing gold bullion and silver bullion to be used as actual currency. You have New Hampshire in 2021, Wyoming in 2022, and South Dakota in 2023. Then we started the new designs. So here's an old design of Utah.
Okay, that's an old design. Was that 2019? Is that what you're saying?
This one's a 20. They came out with them again in 2023.
Okay.
But yes, it looks exactly the same as the 2019s.
Wow, that's gorgeous. Wow. Okay.
And then they came out with Florida, Oklahoma, and Arizona this year. The difference is on the old ones, they would do different dates. So they would start out on Utah with 2019, but then they would come back out with them in 2021 and then 2023. The new ones, they're not doing that. They have what's called an alpha series and then just a regular series. The alpha series is pre-release Goldbacks. And they have a little alpha sign right in front of the date.
See if we can get that in there. Okay.
And they're limited edition for the alphas, or limited run, I should say, limited mintage. Once they're gone, they're gone. They no longer produce those.
Okay.
And like it said, those are for pre-release orders. And they're just trying to give people incentives to go ahead and order them before they're actually released. And they do that with the alphas. Let's talk about the present. So currently you have distributors and then you have merchants. The distributors are the ones that sell the Goldbacks, just like a coin shop, a local coin shop, or myself, just a local distributor without a shop. Then you have the merchants who actually take the Goldbacks as payment. And there's different things you can do with Goldbacks. As I just said, you have Goldback merchants that will take them as payment, and they're supposed to take those as payment at the current exchange rate that SSC is always talking about. Right. He's always talking about the current exchange rate. And that's what the merchants are supposed to take it as. And you have another rate, which is called the minimum asking price. As a Goldback distributor, I am under contract to charge a minimum price for the Goldback. That way someone doesn't flood the market with a bunch of cheap Goldbacks and cause an inflation.
That makes perfect sense.
And I personally normally charge the minimum asking price for my Goldbacks, because when you to give you an example, I think minimum asking price today is around $8.26, but the exchange rate is around $8.50. So that's a 30-cent difference somewhere in there. I asked the map price. That way, when you buy the Goldback, you're automatically making 30 cents per Goldback when you go to spend it. I'm going to tell you, and everything in this video is my personal opinion. I'm not a financial advisor, but my opinion is never pay over the exchange rate for a Goldback. If somebody's trying to charge you over the exchange rate, then find somewhere else to get your Goldback.
Yeah, I've heard some horror stories about people paying 10, 11 bucks.
Yes.
For a one Goldback.
Please don't do that. Just do a little more research and find a distributor that's willing to sell it to you at the exchange rate or less. I'm willing to sell it to you for less. So let's talk about premiums real quick. Everybody complains about the premiums of the Goldback. And it's not as bad as you think. It is a high premium. However, what we need to discuss is the spread. So the premium is the extra that you pay from the actual gold value. The spread is the amount that you're going to lose whenever a dealer sells you a Goldback and what they would buy it back for. So I'll give you an example. I have a 10th ounce eagle here.
That might be mine today.
And that is the exact same content, gold content, as a 100 Goldback.
Okay.
All right. Now, I'm going to go by what the most current coin show that I went to, because that's what I kind of deal with my prices. So on a 1/10 ounce eagle, at that time, the melt price for that 1/10 ounce gold eagle was $420. Pretty close to what it was today, but this was a couple weeks ago. Dealers were asking up to $500 for these. That's an $80 difference, or about 16%.
Wow.
That's the spread. Okay? Hopefully that makes sense. So you buy it for $500. It's only worth $420 in gold weight. If you went to sell it back to that dealer the same day, they're only going to give you about $420. That's a 16% difference. So gold has to go up 16% before you can even get your money back. And don't get me wrong, premiums, there has to be premiums because dealers have to make money as well, right?
Right.
They can't just sit on product and wait for it to go up or down, because it could go down. So they normally try to sell it as quickly as possible. With the $100 Goldback, I sell this to you at MAP at that time. It was right at about $8
on the exchange rate.
At that time it was for the minimum asking price, which is what I charge.
Okay.
And that's for 1/10 ounce. This would be $800. So that sounds like a lot of money, because this one was only $500 for the same amount of gold.
Right.
However, when you go to sell this back to me, I'm going to give you between 75 cents and $1 less than what I sold it to you for, because that's what I can buy it from. Sorry about that. That's what I can buy it from Goldback as a distributor. That's my cut for buying and selling it.
Right.
So the difference, if I give you even $1 less or 75 cents less, that's only about 9.5%. So with a 1/10 ounce eagle, your spread is 16% or more. And with a Goldback, when you buy and sell it back to me on the same day, it's only about 9.5%. Then you have really good dealers, like El Reno Coin. Mm-hmm. He buys them back for 40 cents less than the exchange rate.
That's really good, yeah.
That's amazing. Yeah. And that's only a 5% difference.
Right.
So you're only getting charged 5% difference instead of 6.5%. I just wanted everybody to understand that you're not just buying. People's like, well, if I melt it down, I'm only going to have $400 worth of gold. True, but if you melt this down, nobody's going to give you $400 for it because it's just a glob of gold. You're buying the eagle itself.
Right, yeah.
So here you're buying a Goldback, which you can spend or anything else. Plus, this is a lot more hyperfractional. That percentage changes with gold coins. The spread does. With Goldbacks, it stays the same the whole time. I'm going to give you exactly the premium across the board. It doesn't matter if it's 2/1000th of an ounce with a half Goldback or if it's 1/10 of an ounce. You're still only paying that 9.5% spread. So please keep that in mind whenever people are talking about premiums. Yes, the premium is high, but you get that premium back when you sell the Goldback back. If you're not, you're getting ripped off. So don't do that. Don't buy a $800 Goldback and then if you go to sell it back, accept $400 for it.
Right.
Somebody's trying to take advantage of it.
Well, and
Find a good distributor that's willing to give you what their cost is.
we've had some viewers that they got in a pinch and they had to do that. They had to go sell them, and they got ripped pretty bad on them. So
and people will do that with
them,
coins as well.
Yeah, they'll do that with gold, silver.
If you get a bad dealer, please, whatever you do, my opinion, do not ever take it to a pawn shop. Next, let's talk about how Goldbacks raise and lower with the price of gold. So I had to go back to my distributor who gives me my Goldbacks and who I buy them from. And because I didn't know this either, somebody asked me, does it go up with the price of gold or does it go up with the price of gold plus the premium of the Goldback? Because we already talked about how the Goldback is twice as much, almost twice as much as the actual gold coin, as the gold content. And the answer is it goes up with the price of gold and the premium. So they include the premium whenever they raise or lower the price of the Goldback. So I thought that was important to distinguish as well. Because if it only went up with the price of gold, the Goldback would not be able to stay the same percentage of gain or loss as a gold coin. But since you include the premium, it does. So hopefully that makes sense as well. This is just some of the questions and answers that people, or a lot of the questions that people want answers to that they just can't get. That I want to make sure that everybody's informed of how this actually works. Let's talk about, there's something called limited early release program and specialty Goldbacks. So these are the ones, the graded ones that you've probably seen. And it actually started out, I should have brought it with me.
That's a 3, right?
Yep, yeah. This is a 3 Oklahoma. It actually started out with a Florida 1. So Florida actually had 2 different 1 Goldback. Then they're like, well, that's too confusing. So they went with a 3 Goldback for the LER and specialty collectible Goldbacks. You can get these if you sign up as a merchant. They will give you a 3 Goldback, and then they will give me or whoever helped you with the paperwork to fill out to become a merchant, they will give them a 3 Goldback as well.
Nice.
Those are where the 69 Goldbacks. If you don't know, 69 is just 1 under perfect. 70 is a perfect Goldback, or any currency or coin. 70 is perfect. And this is a little cloudy because it's still got protective plastic on it, so it doesn't get scratched. But these, I actually buy from Goldback. For the Florida and the Oklahomas, these were limited to 4,000. For the Arizona, they're limited to 6,000.
Wow. Okay.
So and that's the
what's the grading on that?
This is a 70 PPQ. So this is PCGS.
PCGS.
And that's the best you can get in currency for a grade for any currency by PCGS.
That's something for everybody to think about. And, people that like numismatic stuff and collectible bills, and I mean I think that's the way to go, in my opinion. Is get a graded Goldback, because in the future it'll be worth considerably more, I think.
There are also things called silverbacks.
Everybody knows about silverbacks.
All right. And these are just collectibles. This is 1/1000th ounce of gold. So obviously it's not even close to worth its weight.
So the silverback has gold in it.
Or I'm sorry, of
Silver.
1/1000th of an ounce
Okay.
of silver.
Okay, yeah.
I'm talking about Goldbacks.
Hey, we've been doing that, yeah.
And that is
really cool, though.
Yeah, then there was 2 different editions of the silverback. There was the red edition, which is this one, and they had the purple edition. They're also graded and non-graded, where all of these, I believe, were all the LERs were graded. These were graded or non-graded, and the red ones, there was 100,000 made, and the purple ones, there was only 1,000 made. So the purples are extremely expensive and extremely rare, because you have a mintage of 1,000. They're coming out with a brand new purple silverback, and I believe that they're trying to get them out by January, and it's Hades.
Nice.
So I think if you go on their website, it will show that. Something I also wanted to state with the new Goldbacks, and whenever I say the new style Goldbacks, those also, that started in Florida of 2020 with 2025. So anything Florida, and after that, they have the UV light that you can shine on the back as anti-counterfeit. That's the other thing I like about Goldbacks, is they're almost impossible to counterfeit. With this gold coin, I see fakes every single day. They can be graded and still be faked. They can fake the NGC or the PCGS or CAX lab and all the paperwork, and they can fake all of that. And they can also fake these coins very easily. These are very easily faked. So I have to have a very expensive tester to make sure that all these are okay. I do not have to do that with the Goldbacks. And especially with the new ones, I can use a $3 UV light on the back and see if it is counterfeit or not.
Be difficult to counterfeit these things, though.
Yes, wow. Even the old ones, it'd be very, because you can feel the texture on the back and see the texture on the back and just all the different colors and everything that's on there. So just wanted to briefly touch over that. Also, if a lot of people don't know this, there's a lot of detail in a Goldback. You have a lot of like this little almost slinky looking mesh stuff. That is one of those things that make it hard to counterfeit. They all have small writings in different font. Normally it's some type of famous quote or a Bible verse down here in the corner on the right hand side of the Goldback. And then it will also, there's just all types of little things that are in the Goldback that make it almost impossible to counterfeit. Or I wouldn't say necessarily impossible, but Goldback has a patent, and also the machinery, it costs millions and millions of dollars. You can go ahead and mint a coin with a press pretty easily for pretty cheap, where the Goldback, it's almost impossible to even get the machinery to do it, and then to get it correct, it seems nearly impossible to me. So I don't even really worry about them.
And the artwork is just absolutely incredible. If people appreciate artwork, these things have amazing artwork. And I'm a big Goldback guy, and a lot of our viewers are becoming Goldback stackers. I say stacker. I stack them, I collect them, we keep them, and those are gonna go to our grandchildren someday.
Yeah, and there's a lot of different things you can do with Goldbacks. You can use them as currency in the Oklahoma City area. They're becoming really popular. Sometimes they'll even give you a discount for using the Goldback. You can use them as gifts, tips. A lot of people, once you explain that it's pure gold, people are amazed and they love to receive them as tips. Stacking, or one of the big ones is prepping or apocalypse scenario prepping, because they're so fractional and you know exactly how much gold is in them. If I go to try to spend this or barter with it, first of all, how am I going to tell that it's real? How many people have the testers that's needed to show that it's real? And then secondly, I can't just break this apart in even pieces. I can't just cut it up, even if I wanted to. So you would have to spend this whole coin to get something small, possibly. Where a Goldback, hey, here's 1,000th of an ounce. Okay, you don't have to worry about that with the Goldbacks compared to the coins if you try to barter with it.
Exactly.
In a prepping scenario. Whenever it comes to popularity, they are becoming very popular. Give you an idea, they just started in 2019 in Utah, and they already have Goldback ATMs in Utah. So you go to the ATM and you actually get Goldbacks.
Oh, what about Florida? I heard something about Florida.
Florida may have them too. I'm not sure. I'm positive that Utah has those. So it's just something to think about how popular they're getting so quickly. And like I said, if they're legal in your state, you can use them as currency.
Excellent. So how many states do we have now, and maybe some upcoming states if you've heard of anything?
Yeah, right now I believe the list is 8 or 6. Yeah, we currently have 8 out with Arizona now. So the future of Goldbacks is, I believe they're going to be releasing them once every quarter for now on, just to make it easy. The first one next quarter is going to be Idaho.
Okay.
And then they're re-releasing the old Goldbacks. So this 50 here for Utah was the largest denomination. 1 was the smallest denominations. In the older Goldbacks, they had 1s, 5s, 10s, 25s, and 50s. That's it. On the new ones, you can see they added the half, the 2, and the 100. So they're going to re-release Utah for the second quarter.
Sweet.
And I believe it will have all new designs. So that's going to make the old Utahs, I think, probably more collectible. And they're going to do that with each state. They're going to add the UV light test on the back of them. And then they're also going to add those missing denominations from the old ones. So they're going to have a half, a 2, and 100 Goldback in Utah. And then the third quarter is Nevada. They're going to re-release those. And then Colorado will be the fourth quarter of next year.
Okay. All right.
As a brand new one.
Pretty much that's in a nutshell. So let me ask you this, if some of our viewers Go
ahead.
Yeah. So if somebody wanted to buy Goldbacks from you, can you ship them to them? Of course, there'll be cost involved, but
correct.
Do you do any of that?
I will. It's because I want to stay competitive and I don't want to overcharge.
All right. So shipping, you can, right?
I can. If there's enough people that want me to do that, I will. I'm not set up to do that right now, so I will get a P.O. box. And the only way that I can do it to keep the cost down, I don't want to take credit cards or anything like that. Once again, I'm not a financial advisor, but I don't believe in buying gold and silver with debt. So I don't want to be a part of that. And also with the fees that it costs, it would be cheaper just to get it online from someone else.
Astronomical.
Yeah, it's just astronomical. So if you want to get it at the best price that I can give you, the only way that I would be able to do it is just contact me by email, or actually by phone is going to be the best way. I'm not going to give my email out, but just contact me by phone, and it's area code 765-283-7804. And what I'll do is I'll tell you, I'll have you send me a money order, either from Walmart or the U.S. Postal Service. and it takes a lot of trust. And then I will send you whatever you ordered. So if you want to do that, that's fine. And I understand that's a lot of trust, but I've also heard of people ordering stuff online and never getting it, even with a credit card. So either way, you're trusting the person to send it to you. But right now, that's the only way I'm set up to take orders outside of the local Oklahoma City area. If you are in the Oklahoma City area, or even if you're outside the Oklahoma City area, at least within the Oklahoma area itself, the state, sometimes I'll meet you halfway. It just has to be I will deliver. It has to be enough.
Reasonable.
Yeah, it has to be reasonable. I'm not going to drive halfway across the state for the state for half of a Goldback.
Yeah.
So
maybe 100 or 100.
Yeah, something like that. I'll meet you halfway or something like that. The other way is I'm almost always at the Oklahoma City Gun Show. I won't be in February only because I'll be at the Duncan Coin Show because that's one of the best ones in the state.
Yeah.
But besides that, I'm almost always at the Oklahoma City Gun Show, set up with my sign in the background here, so you'll know it's me because I'm normally the only one with the sign.
And we might see you there. We might go to the Duncan Coin Show too.
Wonderful.
If I'm off,
right,
and Renee's not showing houses. So everybody, Joe, Goldbacks, everybody, he's got the knowledge down, and hopefully he's helped you, maybe answered some questions. Buy Goldbacks now, everybody. Don't wait. Don't hash around. Don't listen to people tell you they're garbage, because they're not. They're fantastic, and I am all in. So Joe and Goldbacks, everybody have a great Saturday. We are out.